Horror Graveyard of the United States. The Horror Graveyard of the United States might be interpreted as a conceptual look at the haunted or historically eerie graveyards across America, where chilling legends, paranormal activity, or tragic histories evoke fear and fascination. Such an article would likely describe various graveyards that have become renowned for their dark legends, ghost stories, and unsettling occurrences. The Horror Graveyard of the United States, a journey into America's most haunted cemeteries. Throughout the United States, certain graveyards have developed a reputation as horror graveyards, where tales of hauntings, strange occurrences, and chilling history draw visitors with a taste for the macabre. These eerie places embody the concept of America's horror graveyard, a metaphorical graveyard filled with stories, mysteries, and folklore. From the windswept cemeteries of New England to the swamps of Louisiana, these haunted graveyards offer a glimpse into America's fascination with the supernatural. Number 1. The legend and lore of haunted cemeteries. Many of the oldest graveyards in the United States are shrouded in mystery, with legends passed down through generations. Some were burial grounds during times of war, while others were final resting places for the victims of tragic accidents or historic epidemics. These stories often serve as the foundation for ghostly sightings and unexplained events that people claim to experience. For instance, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Illinois is known for its legends of a phantom farmhouse that appears and disappears, and the white lady who is said to wander the grounds at night, clutching a baby in her arms. The cemetery, isolated in the midst of the forest, has become a gathering place for paranormal investigators hoping to catch a glimpse of its infamous spirits. Number 2. Historic tragedies and paranormal hotspots. In some cases, these horror graveyards are linked to historical tragedies. The Salem Witch Trials Memorial in Massachusetts is not technically a graveyard, but it memorializes the accused witches of the 1692 trials, many of whom were executed and buried in unmarked graves. Visitors claim to feel an overwhelming sadness and even hear ghostly whispers in the area. Another famous haunted site, St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 in New Orleans, is home to the infamous voodoo Queen Marie Laveau. Many believe that her spirit lingers in the cemetery, and visitors leave offerings in hopes of receiving her favor. The cemetery's crumbling mausoleums, overgrown vines, and misty air give it an atmosphere ripe for haunting tales. Number 3. Theories behind the hauntings. Several theories attempt to explain why certain graveyards become haunted. Some paranormal enthusiasts believe that spirits may linger if they experienced a violent death or an unresolved fate, leading to what is called residual energy. Places where many people were buried in mass graves, such as sites of battle or epidemics, are often the focus of such stories, as it's believed that these souls were not laid to rest in a traditional or respectful manner. In other cases, popular legends are thought to shape local hauntings. Resurrection Cemetery in Illinois, for example, is famous for the urban legend of Resurrection Mary, a ghostly hitchhiker who is said to appear to drivers along Archer Avenue. According to legend, she asks for a ride, only to disappear from the car as they pass the cemetery. Although there is no historical proof of her identity, the story endures, keeping the graveyard infamous. Number 4. The impact on local culture and tourism. Many of these haunted graveyards have become landmarks for tourists interested in the paranormal. Towns and cities near these sites often embrace the legends, offering ghost tours and events that keep the legends alive while educating people about the cemetery's history. In Savannah, Georgia, one of America's most haunted cities, places like Bonaventure Cemetery and Colonial Park Cemetery attract thousands of visitors who hope to catch a glimpse of apparitions reported by locals and tourists alike. Cemeteries like these contribute to a unique type of dark tourism, where people are drawn to locations associated with death and the supernatural. This form of tourism not only boosts local economies, but also helps preserve these historic sites. Number 5. Respecting the dead. While the thrill of encountering the supernatural can be tempting, visiting these graveyards should come with a sense of respect. After all, these are the final resting places for many, and sensationalizing their histories can sometimes border on disrespect. Many graveyards have rules for visitors, encouraging respectful behavior and prohibiting practices like gravestone rubbing or littering. Conclusion: why we seek the horror graveyard. The fascination with haunted graveyards taps into a broader human curiosity about the afterlife and the unknown. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, visiting America's horror graveyards can be a unique way to connect with history and local folklore. These cemeteries serve as poignant reminders of those who came before us, and their stories, however tragic or eerie, continue to captivate the living.